Good morning, everybody. You are currently listening to a Tall Girls podcast hosted by a tall girl named India. I hope you are having a super, super duper wonderful day today. Oh my gosh, yo. Literally, I don't know how to feel right now because it's fall. Fall. Like FAWL. Fall. Okay, I know fall starts like at the end of September, I think, and it's only the beginning of September, but I saw my first orange leaf on the ground the other day, and I'm ready. I'm talking infinity scarf, I'm talking green fall jacket, I'm talking teacup in our hands. Anyone else getting 2014 Tumblr vibes? That was literally a TikTok, actually. Oh, and by the way, while we're on the topic of TikTok, make sure you follow me on TikTok and all my other socials at A Tall Girls Podcast, which are on Instagram and Pinterest, so that you can stay up to date with the latest podcast episodes and check out almost daily Tall Girl content. Now, today we're talking about toxic friends. Kind of a big topic here because in my other episodes and previous episodes and several episodes, I have mentioned that I am a firm believer of who you surround yourself with is basically who you are, if that makes sense. You are who you surround yourself with. So if you surround yourself with negativity, don't be surprised to see negativity bouncing around in your everyday life. Okay, I'm talking about in your thoughts, in your words, in your actions, even external factors, external forces that are playing a part on your life that you have no control over. It's still having a negative impact in your life. You know what I mean? That kind of symbolizes the energy, the vibes that you surround yourself with. And it's real. It's as real as that. But how do we know that we are around toxic people? I mean, like I said before, the energy, the vibes, pay attention to that. Pay attention to your energy. Pay attention to your vibe, I guess. Like, let me ask you something. When you are around said person, do you feel drained? Do you feel tired? Do you feel completely exhausted to the point like you can't do anything else? And this is not just mental or even emotional fatigue, you know? The tiredness, the grogginess, like it's not even just mental. Like you feel it physically too, like in physical pain, such as a headache or neck pain, or you're clenching your jaw so you feel pain in your jaw area, or you're holding tension in your shoulders and your back and you can feel that pain. Or are you physically fatigued? Like, do you feel sluggish? You can't really move around. You can even feel sore. Yes, it's weird, but mental problems do turn into physical problems. Remember that if you don't remember anything else. But if you feel like that every time after you hang around that person or that group of people, then they are draining you. They are literally draining you. And it doesn't even have to be fatigue or feeling tired or anything like that. It could be other types of emotions, other types of feelings. An example is, do you feel sad? Do you feel ashamed? Do you even feel anxious and on edge? Next thing you know, you start getting this gut feeling that's telling you to stop hanging around that person. And please, by all means, trust your gut. If your gut is telling you to stop hanging around that person and it keeps getting louder and louder and louder over time, you need to stop hanging around that person. But it can be hard. It can be hard because it's all you've ever known. They were there for you, supposedly, from day one. You guys have so many memories together that you cherish, it just feels so familiar and it feels so safe. But you're not safe. Your mental health is not safe. Your self-love journey is not safe because that person is taking away from you what you need the most. And that's your energy. Your energy. And let me tell you, I'm just going to tell you myself that you need to protect your peace. You need to protect your mental health and continue your self-love, your self-acceptance journey in peace. So now let's just start talking about how to get rid of these draining people because it's honestly a little bit draining talking about them. How do we get rid of these toxic people? Well, first, and quite frankly, my ultimate favorite is just tell them straight up that you shouldn't be friends anymore. The relationship, the friendship is toxic, or you're just growing apart, or you think it's just time to move on and separate. I definitely recommend practicing this beforehand, because one thing that you'll notice about toxic people, especially in the narcissistic people, oh my gosh, tongue twister, is that they absolutely love getting defensive and making it seem like you're attacking them for no apparent reason. They love making it out that they are the victim and they are not in the wrong. You're in the wrong. You're always in the wrong. They are never in the wrong. They're always right. People are always going against them. And that's not necessarily the case. And by you practicing beforehand, you will know exactly what you want to say, how you want to say it. You can even have counter arguments. Like if they say this, then you'll be able to say that. But then if they say the opposite, you can say that. Just having some type of set plan, some type of set outline can honestly help drastically when they try to come at you for quote unquote attacking them. And that's a toxic trait in and of itself. They are not accountable. They cannot hold themselves accountable for any wrongdoing. They are never wrong. They are always right. If they always see themselves in that light, then that's a bad thing. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they should always see themselves as wrong either. I just think that there should be a balance. There are times where you are doing good and you have good traits and you are right in some situations, and other times there are wrong and you are in the wrong, and you have to hold yourself accountable and even apologize to the person. If they don't apologize to you for anything, or if they don't hold themselves accountable for anything, massive red flag. Massive red flag. And going back to when they get all defensive and they make it seem like you're attacking them for no reason, they're basically victimizing themselves. Do not, under any circumstances, give them any leeway, any slight gesture of an apology, or don't even back off. Nothing. Just stand firm and stand your ground, because the second you show any weakness in their eye, and I'm not saying that apologizing or backing off or anything like that is a weakness, they will see that as a weakness, because they'll see that you're wavering. They won. They're at the top. And that is honestly very scary. Apologizing is not a weakness. Holding yourself accountable is not a weakness. I will say that. But they see that as a weakness because they see them as backing down from a challenge. No. If you apologize and you're in the wrong, you have the ability to see and understand that you're in the wrong and you're holding yourself accountable. Whereas they'll see apologizing as you're tired of this so-called competition of who's right and who's wrong, and you're backing off because you are not strong enough to keep going. No. But either way, whether the apology is right or wrong, they will still see that as a weakness. And if they see that weakness in their eye, they will take advantage of you and manipulate you into staying in that friendship and basically feeding their ego. Because, having that friendship, having that control basically feeds their ego. And that is honestly sick. But if you are a little nervous about going that route, you can always slowly fade them out of your life. I feel like that's a little bit more popular. That's a little more popular route because it's not only less messy, because it can get messy at first if you just outright tell them and try to have a conversation with them. They'll try to start a whole argument off of that, but not 100% of the time. You never know, everybody's different, but that possibility is there. It's a little bit less of a shock, if that makes sense. Like, it's not just bam right there, we're ending it now, we're having this serious conversation after we went out for milkshakes the other day. Like, it's just a little bit, it's more gradual. So you can call and text them less, you can hang out with new people more, join like a class or a course or a hobby that they're not really involved in and spend more time doing that, reduce meeting with them. I mean, to me, it can drag out the process, but eventually it'll come to the time that you will have that conversation with that person. They'll either bring it up and be like, oh yeah, like I noticed you've been hanging out with me less, like why are you not hanging out with me as much, and blah blah blah. Or you can develop the strength to just start that conversation first and go up to him and be like, hey, like I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been trying to spend less time with you, or I've been trying to spend more time by myself or more time with other people because I think it's time for me to branch out or something like that, But by then you'll definitely be ready because you've experienced new things and new people and new feelings, and you begin to realize that there's more out there than just that person. There's a big world full of people and things to appreciate. And it's not just about that person, or it's not just about that group of people. There's just so much more out there. And once you start experiencing that, all of the other things out there, all of the other things that the world has to offer you, that's when you start realizing, like, I'm just not confined to this one person, this one being, this one lifestyle. There's so much more out there. Well, there's so much better. Yes, that's a good word. So much better out there for you. But, there are situations where that toxic person or toxic group just gets worse, They just start degrading you more, or even worse, or they start doing that in front of other people. They start talking bad behind your back. They even may try to get physical with you. Let's hope that does not get to that point, because no. We don't like that. When somebody puts their hands on you for no reason, like if you're attacking the person, please don't expect them to just not do anything. But if you're trying to be peaceful and civil and they still put their hands on you, that's an automatic no. That's an automatic deletion. Okay, they're just deleted from your life, period. Automatically delete them. Get out of there, get to a safe place. And if you have to report the person, report them. But automatically delete them. Okay, but if they're just getting worse to that point, you're just gonna have to completely cut them off. Phone number blocked, contact avoided, friendship non-existent, period. And if you need me to say that again, I'm going to say that again, because that is honestly so important. Okay, I'm gonna repeat myself. Are you ready? If that person is starting to get way worse, it's time to cut them off. Phone number blocked, contact avoided, friendship non-existent. It's time to end it at that point. And you just have to take whatever measures you can in order to remove yourself from that situation and protect yourself. I understand how hard it can be. Trust me, I've gone through it before. And for those of you out there who, it's hard or you're rethinking things, like maybe I should give them another chance, I am going to say it one more time. Like, I'm not going to let this go because this is very serious. I'm not going to let this go. If the situation is getting more toxic, you have to let them go. So phone number, blocked. Contact, avoided. Friendship, non-existent. You have to let them go, no matter how hard it is, but you have to take whatever measures you can take to remove yourself from the situation and protect yourself. It's that simple. And like I said before, I know that it can be hard. Trust me, I have gone through it before. I'm going through it right now. Well, not a toxic friendship, more so a living situation, but that's a topic for another time. I just know how it feels when it seems like that's all all you've consumed yourself with. It feels safe, and that person will try to make you feel like if you leave them, you're at a loss and you'll be a nobody and you're gonna suffer without them, and you need their validation in order to, feel successful or feel prosperous. But that is so not true. Quite frankly, it's the opposite. If you leave, they are the ones at a loss and you are going to stand to gain because, yes, it'll be hard to let go and try something new. But even being on your own for a while will be healthy for you because a healthy friendship should add positivity and some value to your life. If there are way too many downs in the ups and downs of a friendship, it's really time to let it go. We can't let anyone hold us back and keep us from reaching our fullest potential, from reaching our highest selves. No. We came way too far together to let anybody do that to us. And you're not alone, okay? I am here for you. The tall girl community is here for you. So stand tall and proud, girly or boy-y or gender non-conforming person-y. I don't know, sorry, but just the person listening, you are not alone, okay? We're all here for you. Tall, short, average height, no matter your height, this is a height positive community and we are here for each other together. Okay, High School Musical, we're all in this together. If you don't know High School Musical, I don't want to tell you get on this podcast, but if you don't know High School Musical, please look it up because it will change your life. Anyways, that will be it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that these tips really helped you on thinking about how to get rid of the toxic people in your life so you can just focus on you and yourself and focus on growing in your self-love and self-acceptance journey, because honestly, that will benefit you so much. And yeah, so I'm just going to leave it there. Thank you again. I really do appreciate you for making it this far. As always, feel free to hit me up on my socials at A Tall Girls Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest. And just let me know what you thought of today's episode. Let me know how you're doing in life and what the vibe is, what's going on, and all that good stuff, okay? I really do appreciate you, and I will catch you in the next one. Good night and goodbye.